When you order goods online, have you ever wondered how the merchant or seller calculated the shipping fee? You get lucky if shipping's free, but often it costs way too much. A 2014 study by the World Bank showed Philippine shipping costs are more expensive than Indonesia's 77 cents and Malaysia's $1.36. The World Bank put the blame on the Philippines' cabotage law that bans foreign shipping companies from serving domestic routes. That means international ship liners can only dock at specific harbors like Manila, Cebu, and Subic to unload cargo. If you bought an item from abroad and you live in Puerto Princesa, for example, your parcel will have to be transferred to a domestic ship that will unload at a local port. That adds up to freight cost.
Think of freight costs as a meter of charges that runs from point A to point B until the item is delivered to you. Shipping costs by international liners, be it from China, Singapore, US, or Europe. Now, these foreign ship liners collect things like container cleaning fee, container handling charge, peak season charge, import clearance fee, terminal handling fee. Separately, there are port charges or cargo handling fee imposed by local port authorities. Storage, trucking, delivery. All that accounts for 53% of the wholesale price of an item according to the World Bank. Port charges and shipping costs alone account for 5% of the retail price.
The Philippine Ports Authority, or PPA, says international ship liners' charges are not covered by Philippine regulations. So local importers pay whatever price foreign freight forwarders quote. The country rewrote its law, the Public Service Act, now allowing foreigners to own up to 100% of domestic shipping lines from just 40. But the amended version was silent about cabotage rules. International logistics companies like Ninja Van and Locad feel the pinch.
So for example, may port sa may Matnog port down by the eastern nautical route highway. So we pass it there. So for example, magpapadala tayo from Manila all the way to Mindanao. Yan, dadaan pa ng iba't ibang port.
This is still a very prevalent problem because we're very Metro Manila-centric as an economy, that a customer in Cebu or Davao would have to wait overly long to get the products and would usually pay end customer shipping costs.
Latest PPA data mirror those found by the World Bank.
Total shipping costs around 5%, less than 5%. The total transportation cost of an item, port charges only accounts for less than 5%.
The agency has moved to cut shipping costs. It convened importers, freight forwarders, and domestic ship liners, asking them to scrap the container deposit fee.
In a way, it will help reduce freight charges because you'd have a fixed cost rather than an uncertain cost which comes back to you or not. And also the use of money regarding the container deposit, rather than for several months you don't get to use it, you'll be able to use it in your business.
No consensus has been reached, and the container deposit fee is just one of the logistics costs. So logistics firms ask customers, be patient.
Mga seaport, mga airport, kulang talaga at minsan maskip at minsan mahirap padaanin sa mga to yung mga produkto. Panawagan namin sa mga policy makers, sa mga regulators natin to find ways din para ma-incentivize natin yung investments in these areas.
I think as an industry, anything that we can do to improve efficiencies across that value chain and reduce cost is something that will ultimately help the country, both in consumer prices, especially at a time of inflation now, as well as in manufacturing competitiveness.
The Philippine shipping industry is plagued with problems: high costs, lacking competition, poor safety record, and insufficient infrastructure. Until those are ironed out, navigating these inflationary times will be rough. Lois Calderon, CNN Philippines.